Child safety can be a major deterrent for riding public transit. As a frequent public transit user in the US, there can definitely be some scary situations. But at the end of the day, I don't really have the option to just drive anyway. And frankly, other than those rare occurrences, I enjoy taking public transit because of the possibilities for interaction, and it really is much safer than whatever or whoever may be on the road. This is one interview of two with my friends that take the Caltrain and how they navigated unsafe situations. Hi, Katie. Would you like to tell me about your dangerous experiences on public transit?
I think this was a couple of months ago, but this is definitely like the scariest thing I think that I've witnessed in my time, because I've been taking the train for about, I want to say 3-4 years. I was at the train station. I was coming back from, I was going home, and I saw this girl that was sitting with a man that was definitely like at least maybe 3 times her age. And so that was kind of the first red flag. But as I continued to like wait for the train, I noticed that her like body language was like really uncomfortable. And so kind of taking the initiative, I was like, I tried to start a conversation with the girl. Basically, me and some other girls like, hey, she looks really uncomfortable. We should probably go over there and talk to her and make sure that everything's okay, because you never know. And so basically we went over there, and we tried to engage in a conversation with her. The man was like kind of holding on to her. He was offering her like drinks from a random place. He was definitely trying to keep her there, and she looked very, very uncomfortable. So basically what we did was we pretended to be from a camp. We just pretended to know her, and then we were like, hey, you want to go walk over there, in order to get her away from this man. And then we walked away. He tried to shake my hand. Basically, we sat together on the train until her stopped.
Did he look like deranged or something?
He didn't look deranged. If he wasn't sitting next to and holding somebody's hand that was like 3 times younger than him, I think he would have looked normal.
Did you see her agree to hold his hand or something?
No, I think what happened was she was sitting on the bench waiting for the train, and then he just sat down next to her. I think this happens a lot. Like, I get a lot of interactions from men on trains where it's like I'm on my phone and they'll just try to start a conversation with you.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. And when she was trying to leave, he was like, no, you should stay. Like, I'll give you drinks. Like, and he was just like holding her down, and she was not able to get away from him. Yeah.
If you were in that position, actually you have been in before, I don't know, I feel like her reaction was so like nonchalant, especially like I would have screamed or something and be like, and walk away, or like, I don't know, because it's hard to not like escalate the situation by like slapping his hand, because that can make him like really mad. What have you done in response to men that approach you on the train?
I try to be as like boring as possible, try to be disinterested.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to engage in conversations. Like, you kind of cut the conversation short. If somebody sits next to you, you stand up. Like, you don't even let them get to the point where they're having a conversation with you. And also, a lot of it, I hate to say it, but it happens. You have to profile people no matter what.
About the just standing up, is that even if it's on the train and it's crowded, or if just at stations and stuff?
Generally speaking, at stations, I think if it's crowded, that doesn't happen that often where you have to sit in a seat with somebody else.
Yeah.
But if it's crowded, I generally choose to be the one who chooses to sit next to somebody. So generally I'll sit next to like something that's similar to my age, or like a mother, for example. That's kind of taught in society, where like mothers are generally safe.
Yeah.
Or like somebody that's from Stanford, because there's a lot of Stanford people that are on my train. But you choose who to sit with. You don't let somebody else choose to sit with you.
Yeah, I mean, you have like really good survival instincts, and obviously like you've been doing this for a while now. It's just kind of sad that we have to like profile and like just for the sake of safety. So what have your parents said? Have they tried to like minimize the amount of times you take the Caltrain as a result?
So I take the Caltrain twice. I take it twice a day. Well, before I started taking Caltrain, my parents gave me self-defense lessons, and they kind of told me like the horror stories of what could happen, like what to watch out for. I know like vaguely what to expect. I've heard like the worst of the worst, but there's honestly, I don't think there's that much you can do to prepare for it. Like, you have to be able to know what to do in the moment. And you're not going to expect it, but it'll happen.
Do you think it's like a little sad that like kids can definitely get discouraged from taking public transit then because of all this stuff?
I think if you're younger, I would take it with multiple people. I don't know how to answer that question, but it's just better to have more than one person. Don't be by yourself. And from there, like, once you learn how to interact with multiple people, maybe once you feel comfortable enough, you can go by yourself. But you always have to be aware,
Are you like excited to get your license because then you can like avoid all this stuff, or do you plan to still take Caltrain?
I think for me, it's convenient to take the train. Like, I don't love driving because of the risk factors that are involved with it. Like, a lot of it is just like, you have a human life, basically. You're determining the fate of a lot of humans, and I think cars take up a lot more space, and they have an impact on the environment. So I think taking the train is a better option. So am I excited to get my license? Not necessarily. I don't think I'm going to use my car that much just because I live so close to the train station and I can bike everywhere. But if I ever need to go to like a place that's like off the train route, then I would be excited to.
No, I love that because I was talking to our English teacher, Mr. K. He was talking about how people on the road, especially teenagers, and there's so many like reckless drivers in our generation. Like technically, if you think about it, it kind of evens out because like the risk of like being encountered is kind of equal to like road safety and stuff. And what I was gonna say earlier was like in terms of like the discouragement and of because of like safety concerns for kids on public transit. My idea is that like if this generation is able to like get enough like kids to take public transit together, then like the systems can improve security and stuff like that. That means enough like kids have to and parents need to take that leap to allow Caltrain to see that there's a demand for kids.
Like yeah, having it be like a publicly addressed issue is very dependent on like popularity of kids. But I think also just like educating our youth on what to like look out for as well for now while there's not that many kids taking the train, just being able to watch out for anybody that's potentially like suspicious.
I mean, it's not even just train stations, but it's also just like if they're hanging out in any downtown, like downtown San Francisco. It just sucks that there's just a lot of people in our class that I've seen like specifically say that the reason why they can't take public transit is just because it's unsafe.
Yeah, I can see that. Like I think my parents are. I'm grateful that my parents let me take the train, but I think it is a lot of people's fears that something's gonna happen to their child.
Okay, thank you so much. I think that's it.